variety from the core of Taunton, 1431 Apple AM.
Oh, right, well, it's had a bit of lunch. The donuts were very nice, and I feel the need for a bit of exercise. So I've come round to Bowlaw. And are you the sheriff?
I am the Sheriff of Nottingham, the good and kindly Sheriff of Nottingham.
So I've heard.
Have you, my dear?
Oh, I've heard. They said go around there to the big man in the sort of red frock thing, and he's got bows and arrows and everything. He's ever such a nice chap. That's quite an outfit you've got on there.
Yes, and a brand new surcoat. Very nice, isn't it? Just for the occasion.
It's wonderful. So here's the thing. I like a bit of roadkill.
Wonderful.
What about if I could sort of if I could do it with a bow and arrow?
Have a go at the archers, so you could be one of my foresters and capture and shoot that scurvy knave Robin Hood.
Oh no, I just fancy the deer, really. Is that all right?
No, they're the king's deer, and you get strung up if you do that, or your hand cut off for a first offence.
Really?
I am a kind fellow.
Oh, that's nice of you. Okay, right. Well, this is a bit. Looks easy, really.
It's very straightforward. You
looks
hold
easy enough. Okay, so I have a bow in my left hand.
in your left hand, your elbow, your arm should be straight, but not too straight.
Okay.
Especially women, you've got silly double-jointed elbows.
Have we?
And then when the string goes past, you get the big souvenir brooch to take home with you.
Yeah, nice.
So we should put the arrow on there, resting over your hands, and 3 fingers go on the string, one above the arrow and 2
below.
underneath it. Yes.
Okay. And what happens with the thumb? Are we not involving the thumb?
You leave
at
that
all?
alone. That
Right,
can just hang there in the breeze.
Right. So
Now
I've got it so far.
Your fingertips have got to draw all the way back and touch your cheek.
Touch me cheek.
Cheek.
And when they reach me cheek, how
cheek.
long have they got to sit there? It's going to be straight. It's going to be hard.
You can let go whenever you're ready.
Really?
Yes, just
Okay.
keep it pointed.
What at the am I shooting?
You may shoot Bambi
Oh, that's nice. Okay. Well, I'll do
all
my
the way
best.
back, all the way back to your cheek.
Oh my! I've got a boobs in the way. That's an issue.
Should we try again?
That was quite. What happens when they got up to this bit? I had to.
Well, you see, the Amazons.
Yes.
What the Amazons did is they pinched one off with red hot pokers to disinter it from growing in the first place.
Well, that's useful, but I don't think I'll do that on this
And
occasion.
modern people in the future at these Olympic things, they wear a guard to suppress.
Just on the left one, do they? Just on the left one.
Yes,
Really?
to suppress the
I never knew
acreage.
that. The what? Right, I'll give it another go.
And aim down a little bit lower, Well
Oh,
done.
come on, that wasn't bad.
That was a very good shot.
Do you think I'd have killed the deer?
Yes, of course you would have killed
Wounded.
the deer.
Just wounded.
No. Venisons taste better if they stop wriggling.
This is true. So, is it a popular sport?
It's a brilliant sport, yes. Proper longbow archery as we do. It's a bit different from the modern Olympic stuff. We actually go out in the woods and we don't use sights. It's all wooden arrows, wooden bows.
Yes,
And we-
because that's just basic, straightforward stuff. So string and wood.
String and a boat, that's it. Wooden arrows, and we shoot at all sorts of distances.
Right.
So they're not marked, so we're shooting uphill, downhill. We might shoot at a molehill 10 yards away or an oak tree 200 yards away.
Oh, I see. So you kind of vary it depending upon the terrain that you're in.
You really learn how to shoot.
And what sort of people come along to you? Do you get youngsters or?
Everybody. I mean, I have a go here today. You can see us. We've had them from, well, if they can stand up and hold a bow, we'll get them shooting.
Because it was quite a bit to draw that back, you know. I see you have a little punter the other side. I think she's probably about 5 or 6.
That's right, yes, and we have bows to suit all sizes.
Okay, do you think the kids do quite well with it?
Some of them are brilliant. So with everybody, there's a whole range, and some you see them pick up the bow and you think they're better than me, and they've never done it before.
So how long have you been? What's the term then? How long have
Arching.
you,
Yes,
arching.
I've been an archer for actually getting towards 25 years now.
You don't look old enough, my
No,
love.
I was a child bride to the bone.
And it's clearly your passion.
It is, yes. All the medieval is. So the archery, which is the way I got into the medieval reenactment, and then developed through the swords and the armour, and I make all the arrowheads. I learned to do the blacksmithing as well.
In the traditional styles, in the old
And then I've been
ways.
promoted and become sheriff.
Sheriff is good. You look good as a sheriff.
Thank you.
That's all right. This outfit here is all hand stitched, or this looks really amazing.
This is it. Well, this is a leather hunting jacket.
Okay.
Underneath, so nice and light leather for running through the woods, so it doesn't get caught on too much. And then I have a nice velvet.
Yes,
velvet, you know.
it's very
surcoat on the front.
Surcoat on the front. So tell me, did they really wear tights?
No, hose, like these hose.
I prefer to think of Robin Hood in tights, really. I think
Manly men in tights.
It's much more fun, yes. Well, look, you're fabulous. Have fun. If people want to get involved with what you're doing once they've been along to have a little go, whereabouts are you guys based?
We're based in Taunton. Check us out on our website, bowlaw.com.
Bowlaw, that's L-O-R-E.
L-O-R-E.
Bowlaw.com, nice. So what would be a nice traditional greeting to say goodbye to a wench then?
The money,
maybe,
no.
maybe. It's a good job it's radio, really,
I couldn't
isn't it?
possibly say.
Give us a cuddle. Oh, what a man.
Apple AM.
Right, I'm joined by Steve and Ivana, who are police community support officers, and having a very welcome sit down for 5 minutes. Have you been busy today?
It has been quite a busy day. Plenty of people here at the show. So, but hey, the sun's still shining, so that's good.
This is true. Did you bring your sun cream?
I didn't, I'm afraid.
Which is a good reason for sitting in a tent and keeping cool, I might say.
Yeah, a little bit pessimistic about the sun, so no.
So, do you get involved in many of the big events in and around Taunton?
Yes, for sure. All of the community events. I mean, some of them are actually instigated by the police, particularly the footballing events we hold at Hamilton Park every year. We've got a football event at the St Augustine's school site on the 11th of August. And then obviously the flower show today. So yeah,
yes.
The bigger events we do try to attend and have a presence there and interact with the community. So
yes,
ideal opportunity.
It's enormously important. How many? So you've actually got the police here and also police community support officers. How many of each have we got here, sort of dotted around the show? Do you
In
have
the show
any
today,
idea?
there's one regular sergeant, police PC, they're around together, and then there's 4 of us as community officers covering the area, sort of manning the tent, and then obviously wandering around the show, meeting people.
And womaning the tent, yes, as well.
My role is a little bit specific because of my language skills, so I'm working with migrants community mostly around the Somerset West area. So I'm like a sort of liaison officer, support them in different jobs and different stuff to do.
Yeah, and are there many women in your field, or is it mainly male-dominated?
Yeah, no, it's a very good mix actually. I think we're probably, if anything, I would say we're probably 60-40 in Taunton in favour of women as community officers at this point in time. So
do you think that women kind of play a bit of a role as a peacekeeper? Do you think that women have a nice passive, a natural ability to be passive and to make things passive, or is it something that you learn? Is it a skill?
I think there's both, and there's a need for both. There are times when you need to approach the situation with a little bit more of an air of authority about you and dictate how things are going to go, and be the peacemaker rather than necessarily a peacekeeper. So yeah, I think but the skill set to have both needs to be there in everybody.
We share everything together.
And good communication obviously being the key, really. So the difference, give me the vital difference then between a police person, policeman, policewoman, and a police community support officer.
Okay. A police officer is sworn into the Queen. They have the power to arrest and detain. A community officer doesn't have that power, isn't sworn into the Queen. So whereas an officer is sworn in, can't remain redundant, being sworn into the Queen. Police staff are and can be made redundant for that role. Police officers power to arrest, community officers don't. Police officer power to detain somebody, a community officer doesn't. So, but that differentiates depending on which force area you work with. Even in Somerset, haven't given us the full complement of powers that are available from the Home Office. Other force areas do. It just depends on the chief as to whether or not he wants to invest those powers in the PCSOs at this point.
So if I was looking like a bit of a naughty ruffian, you couldn't actually get your handcuffs out, cuff me and take me away and put me in a dark cell?
We can give a ticket, we can report for someone, so we've got other different tools how we can deal with the situation, not be as necessary, person doesn't have to be arrested and all, we can call for a backup. So.
Yeah, and I hear that things are all happening on your phone there, so I'll leave you to it.
Lovely.
Thank you ever so much for talking to us today,
thank you very much.
and
no
thank
problem.
you for keeping our Taunton streets nice and safe.
We're doing our best. Thank you.
Apple AM.
Well, we've done a little bit of food, we've done a little bit of entertainment, and now it's time for some horticulture. I'm standing at the Hospice Without Walls award-winning garden, and I'm joined by a lovely lady. Tell me, who are you and what do you do?
I'm Sue Medlicott and I'm a community fundraiser with St Margaret's, and I live near Glastonbury and I cover an area from Wedmore to Sturminster Newton in Dorset.
So tell me about the garden here. What's the Hospice Without Walls?
Hospice Without Walls is our strategic plan for the next 5 years. Everybody knows that if you're having a difficult time in life, it must be wonderful to know that there's somewhere that you can go to where you will be given reassurance and will be given tremendous support. But not everybody would choose to be in the hospice, and we have tremendous specialist knowledge, and what we're trying to do now with our Hospice Without Walls strategy is to ensure that patients have the choice of where they would like to be during their illness. So if you would prefer to stay at home, St Margaret's will provide you with care during that period of time. We already do this with our community palliative care nurse specialists that are based in Glastonbury, Bridgewater, Taunton and Yeovil. And our Hospice Without Walls aims to get more care out, to give patients more choice, really.
Do you think that connecting people that are poorly with nature, with the earth, with the ground, with flowers and things that grow, do you think that has a huge benefit?
It's a huge benefit. I've done a presentation on gardens and their role in hospice care because I'm quite an enthusiastic gardener, and I also work with the hospice. And just talking to our gardener about the people, Graham Chatto, about the people the patients who love to be taken out into the garden, be it on an arm of a physiotherapist or in a wheelchair, or even pushed out in their beds, about the people who enjoy the gardens, and also their families who love to go and sit in a quiet place. And the garden in Yeovil, which I know better than the one in Taunton, they've got nesting boxes. They aim to be sustainable. The silver birch that we've used here by the bench have been used because as they mature, the bark peels off, resonating with us, with human beings, about the changes that take place in us throughout our lifetime.
So the nature reflects us and our stories as well, and connecting us back to the plants, I think, is a wonderful way of, as you say, giving peace to people and just helping them slow down their pace. Plants always make me slow down my pace. And I want to sit and rest with them a while.
And adjusting to changes in life, because just doing this, which we started building on Monday, I had to submit a plant list by the 31st of May, and you do this in abstract in your head. You then come through the first of all the driest spring, then the wettest summer, and your Cephalaria giganteum, which is meant to be huge and you were going to put at the back of your garden, is a few centimetres high, and you have to rejig it.
And your plan
is
exactly
that's exactly like life.
It's the way life rolls.
Exactly, like a garden.
Yeah. Well, look, thank you ever so much for your time. The garden is really beautiful.
Thank you.
Where do people go to jump onto your website and find out more about St Margaret's?
www.st-margaret's-hospice.com.
Apple